What is going on out there, everyone?
How we doing?
How you, James? How we doing, buddy?
I'm feeling great, doing great. I'm excited about our show. We got some good content coming today.
Yes, that we do. And before we get started, there, James, we have a few sponsors to give on out.
All right, let's hear
All
from our
right.
sponsors.
Yes, let us do it here. Here we go. First and foremost, the Green Hem Company in the foothills of the Tennessee. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sunday noon to 6. Contact Hot Donna.
Again, that's Hot Donna.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, if you're feeling like after going to the Greenham Company and you're heading back to good old London, Kentucky, and you feel like you need a good munching, ladies and gentlemen, go to the pizza station located in London, Kentucky, off 192. That is the pizza station. I, however, think the buffalo chicken pizza is the best pizza, but that's just me. Also, and if you're feeling after you eat, you're feeling down about yourself, like I usually do after I eat a good meal, I feel a little down myself. I need a little bit of pep in my step to go to the gym. And that I use Dubby Energy. Use code Nostalgia Show to get 10 to save 10% on your next order.
All right. Good hearing from the
All
sponsors.
right, buddy. Yes. And James, you said you wanted to do this show tonight. So here's what we're going to do because my internet is terrible right now. We are going to take me off. Maybe it'll play a little better. Um, and James, take it away, sir.
So, we got exciting news, and we wanted to bring some content to this exciting news. Sarah Michelle Gellar from the show Buffy has said that she wanted to return to the show, which is awesome. So, because of that, we've decided to do another Buffy show, and we're going to lay down some of our opinions on the show and see where it takes us. So, thank you, Sarah Michelle Gellar. We'd love to see you back on. And with that, I want to go ahead and jump into our very first question. You ready, Alex?
Yes, sir.
All right. First question is, who is the best villain from the show?
Ooh,
It's a tough
best
one
villain.
because we've
It
had
is a
villains
very
that
tough one.
we've had really great villains. We've had some villains that's been bad and turned good. We've got some awesome choices. So take it away, Alex.
I the best villain to me is probably Angelus of season 2.
Excellent choice. Angelus, great choice. You know what? I'm gonna throw a left hook here, and I'm gonna say Glory. I thought Glory was an awesome villain who had a really long arc in the show, which worked for me, anyways.
Oh, that's actually very good.
All right, who do you think's the worst villain from the show?
Oh, worst villain. I'm gonna say Faith.
Ooh, I
Faith,
like that. I like that.
yeah, yeah. Faith, Faith to me just wasn't very villainy. I feel like she could have done a lot better in her role with the mayor, but that was only a few episodes. So
Mayor, another great choice for best villain of the show. Um,
yes.
I totally agree. Faith is a good choice, but I'm gonna go with Giles's friend, who he was in a cult with, who came back for a couple of episodes. Forgot his name.
Ooh. I
Do you
forget
remember
his
what
name
his
as
name is?
well. No, but there's another one that also comes to mind as a villain, um, and it has to do with Faith. Her new Watcher.
Oh yeah, the new Watcher girl who does the lightning strikes with her gauntlet.
Yep, that was awful.
That was the whole thing.
That
Yeah.
was terrible.
All right. Next question. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who is Buffy's true love?
Oh, oh, do you even need to ask?
Well, you may
We
have
all
different opinions on
know
this.
who it is.
Who do you got?
I go with Spike.
Spike. Ooh, okay, okay. I can totally understand why you go with Spike. But you know what? I think she never really got over Angel. I
Oh,
think that
stop
anytime
it.
he's around, anytime that a-hole is around, boom, she goes right back to him. Even when she was with Spike, she went, kissed him, spent time with him, made him jealous. I think, unfortunately, it's Angel in this one.
Mm,
Eh, you got to admit, though, every time he shows up, she's like right in his arms. It's not like that with Spike.
mm,
All right,
mm.
now those were questions about the previous show. Now we're going to start getting into the future and what the future may hold. But one last one. Now this one was a shocker to me when this happened, and I gotta say I don't think I'm gonna go in the way that Alex is gonna go with it. Do you think that Tara's death was worth it for the shock value? Do you think that her death was actually worth it in the show?
Oh, um, is it this is a two-way street. Um,
Exactly.
it is for the point of we got Dark Willow,
Yeah.
but uh, at the same time, it, it's a tough one. I it's a hit or miss for me. I understand why they did it though.
Yeah. I understand why they did it, but I totally think her death was not worth it. I think she was too much of an important character, and they could have at least held that on until the last season. I love Tara. She was a very important person in the show. Personally, I personally think so. So I don't think her death was worth it at all. All right, next question. Was Giles relevant in the later seasons, and will he be relevant in the future if the show comes back?
Well, in the later seasons, I like how they went away from him because she grew up. Um, but I do think in the newer stuff, I think he'll make guest appearances. If they do it, is the question.
Yeah. I don't think Giles was relevant in especially the final season. I feel like he was just kind of there. He's a character that you got to have on the show, but his relevancy and what he actually accomplished and did wasn't really all that much. So
Oh boy, oh boy, you're
I
gonna have
don't
to
think he
read
was that
this.
relevant. Oh, look at that.
Jeez. Hey! Listen. This is ridiculous here. Oh, jeez. Oh, dear Lord.
Ouch.
ladies and ladies
Dinger.
and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on, I want to give a shout out to ATB for being himself
Yeah,
again.
authentic.
But yeah, shout out to our partners at Till Five Wrestling, guys. If you're huge wrestling fans like we are, you need to check them out for real. They do great content. They do awesome job. in their podcast where they had other podcasters on there is incredible. Make sure to check them out. But I don't think Giles will be a main guy this go around. I don't.
I think his impact on just coming in for a couple of episodes is going to be so much better and so much more if they decide to do it that way.
Oh, absolutely.
That's just me. Now, is there anything that you would change about the show? Because I'll leave if you want me to.
The change of the show for me.
Yeah, what would you change?
I would have kept her and Spike. I wouldn't have had the ending they had in season 6. I wouldn't have had that happen. I feel like they dropped the ball to a point because that was actually going somewhere. It wasn't a whole, it's just a fling. No, it was actually going somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what I was about. That's what I was for.
Having the show, I don't think I'd change anything. There's things I didn't like about the show. There's things that I might shift, but I wouldn't change the show just because it's the show. I love it so much. There's not a thing I would change about it. Because ultimately, I didn't like Willow being the villain in season 6. I would have loved her being the villain in season 7. But
yes,
there's a lot of things that happened that did cause her and her position in season 7. And there are things that in season 7 that she needed to do, like awakening all the other Slayers, that if she was dark or if they had unleashed all those Slayers beforehand, she really wouldn't be as much of a menace. That's some time to reflect on.
Okay, so Aaron, I want to see a human boy move to town. That's to Buffy. Oh, jeez. I'm not even going to read that, Aaron. Good Lord. Now, we are having internet problems tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. We're working the kinks out. It's tough when you live in the middle of nowhere.
That's
to do
true.
A live show.
So, next question. Are you ready for this
another thing I would change. Another thing I would change, though, now that we're on it, I would still have Willow turn dark, but in season 6, but the end be where her and Buffy are fighting, and it just cuts off when Buffy gets dismantled. Okay. And that's what we're left with.
I like that. I could get down with that. Now, with that being said, do you think the show should have kept Charisma Carpenter instead of letting her go over to Angel?
ATB, you have a wonderful night, brother. We'll be in contact soon. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, us until 5 have some big stuff brewing. So make sure you all stay tuned because we may be heading to a convention near you.
Yep. Big news. Hopefully we'll come out soon, but we'll see.
Yeah. But go ahead. What were you saying, James?
Do you think the show should have kept Charisma Carpenter instead of letting her go over to the Angel show?
Yes.
Me too. Yes. I feel like the show would have been way better with her on it. And I didn't like her when she was on Angel.
No, the Angel series did her dirty. I didn't like how they brought her back for the 100th episode and then unalived her. To me, that was very stupid.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have went down. I mean, she should have stayed in Sunnydale. If you were going
Yep.
to do that, keep her in Sunnydale. Have her pass in the season 7. Her and Xander get back together, try to get married instead of Anya. That's the way it should have went. That's just,
Hey,
but that's me.
let's hope that something like that does happen. The show's coming back. You never know.
I hope so, but but the thing, well, it may be coming back. That I don't want us to put out, fake stuff, but there is a possibility because if we're going to get into that after we're done with the questions, we're going to talk about how Sarah Michelle Gellar has now finally said, after years of saying no, is now finally interested once again in reprising Buffy.
Yes. So, with that being said, do you think the show needs Angel back?
No,
No. I vote yes.
no.
I think in the future we need Angel back into the show. He didn't get a
Okay,
good
well,
ending.
okay, well, here's my question then, though, because they're supposed to be young. David Boreanaz is old.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
You can de-age him
It
though.
would be CGI'd. Yeah, but
I'm
well,
cool with it.
um, even the guy who played Spike, Marsters, he even said like he's too old to play Spike now.
See, that's why I think Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I wasn't really going to get into this, but that's why I think she wants to come back is because technology's gotten so good. We can do de-aging. You can de-age Angel, you can de-age Spike, you can de-age a lot of things. And we've talked about CGI coming so far as, if they would have just to go back through the show and upgrade like the mayor, for instance, and make his snake monster better, how
Yeah,
much more impactful the show would be then. So I think that the technology is there, and I think that's one of the reasons why she wants to come back, personally. But that's just me.
yeah, and I mean, yeah. I'm just, I'm very intrigued for her reasonings, but we'll go ahead. We'll finish your questions, and then we will hit the ground running with that because that was big news this week.
Yep. All right, next question. Where does Willow's path lead? Where do we think that her path is going to lead going into this future show, if there is one?
Mm, I would think. Uh, yeah, that's a good question. Um, if Willow was around in the new show, which I don't think she's doing anything nowadays, is she?
Nope. I don't think any of them are. That's why it's like the perfect time.
Yeah, I think Allison Hannigan, if she was going to be in it, I think she is. What they say at the end last episode, she was like a warlock or something, and she told her girlfriend, "And you're a slayer." I mean, um, when her hair changed to white, and she was
Yep.
trying to get the
Powers out to
medallion
everybody.
to work. Yeah, huh?
Yeah, when she was giving out the powers to everybody.
Yeah. So I think I think she's a powerful witch. I think she's with that Slayer still. Um, but the question is, what is she doing? Is she still talking to Buffy? I mean, there's so many ways they could turn this show if it does happen to where she has to find the old gang and see where they're at and try to get
Yep.
them together. Say that Sunnydale has come back. I mean, there's so many ways you could do this if they do it right. That's the
Yep.
thing. They have to do it right. If they don't do it right, there's no concept.
And that's another thing that I was going to get into once we get through these questions is what truly happens next in the show. But before we do that, I'll go with the next question. Will Oz return and how?
Yes, absolutely 100%. Seth Green is an incredible actor. He got pretty much dismantled uh, in season 4 and wasn't able to return. But I do think that he will be back and be better than ever. And I think the werewolf will also be back. So that's going to be pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, dude, I would love to see him be the leader of a wolf pack or something.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that'd be
mean,
awesome.
yeah, like we've said, like this could go any way.
It really
This
could.
could go any way.
How do you think Xander's going to fit in going forward?
I don't think he's going to be in it.
You don't think so?
No. I
I know
mean,
I know him as a person has gotten into some trouble and stuff, but I would like
yeah.
to see him return to the show. I
No,
feel
no,
like
no. I
that'd be
would
cool.
too. Like, let me be honest here. And, I'm not trying to throw shade, but he
Oh yeah,
has done some pretty messed up stuff. But I've met him. Probably the nicest guy I've ever met in my life.
yeah.
He actually read the script I had, which was pretty cool. And he's like, "All right, Alex, before we get a picture, we need to get a hug." Like, is this real life?
Yeah.
Like, is this really happening right now? Um, but I think I'd love to see him in it because I've always said my favorite character, as you know, Xander. I love Xander. I think he's awesome. Um, he kind of reminds me of me when I'm, being jokey and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I think it would be good to have Xander back. I think he brings a comedic relief
That's neat.
when even when they're serious, especially when recently just rewatched this episode when he falls asleep, he's supposed to watch Oz, and Oz breaks
Yeah.
out, and he's telling Giles, he goes, I just closed my eyes. You closed your eyes? When did you close your eyes and look to see he was gone? Um, when you woke up.
When you woke up, yeah.
Yeah, I love that episode. That's a good one as well.
Yes, it is. I definitely think he fits in. If you know anything about the comics, he becomes a Nick Fury like character. I would love to see him
Mhm.
be the leader of all the Slayers now, or become a
And
Watcher.
what's real, yeah, because I have comics, actually from ATB. ATB bought me the comics, so I mean he can hate all he wants, but he's the one that bought me one.
Classic. Do you think the show's going to follow the comics at all? Because Joss did
I don't think
write.
so.
Josh, he wrote a few of those comics.
Well,
I think he
that's
finished
another
it.
question, though. That's another good question. Is Joss Whedon
Going to
gonna
be
be
involved. That was my
involved?
next one. I think he has to
As we
be at
both
some point.
know, but as we both know, um, if he is involved, we won't get Cordelia.
Yeah.
Um, we know that going forward that we will not get Cordelia because she does not like that man. Um, and I don't think we'll get Willow because a lot of people have really just kind of steered away from Joss
Yeah, especially
ever
since the
since
allegations.
yeah, ever since the allegations, a lot of people don't really mess with him, which is fair. Uh,
Yeah,
because Charisma's come out and said that stuff happened. So um, it's a
I,
whole thing, and I don't think they'll bring him back.
I don't think he'll be like
I don't,
a
because
big part of
it's
the show at
no.
all. But I think they'll make him a producer. I think he'll get credit as a producer, and that's
Yeah,
pretty
but
much it.
yeah, yeah. But my thing is, if he is a producer, if he has any involvement, we may not see half the cast,
Yeah. So I guess
and that to me is a problem.
that just goes into following up with Sarah Michelle Gellar and all that. But before that, I got one last question. This one's my favorite one. Which character deserves a spinoff from the Buffy series?
Ooh.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
Um.
I've got two. One is of Spike,
Okay.
just because they talked about it and no one ever actually did anything about it. But it was mentioned
In a movie, they were going to do a
in the
movie.
movie.
They were going to do a movie.
The second one's my favorite, and it's a spinoff of Giles becoming a Watcher. You call it the Ripper.
I love that.
You get to see Giles as like a kid when he's like causing mayhem, becoming a Watcher, learning all the like magics and all that other stuff, and he probably has some type of other Giles figure there. I think that would be a great show.
Yeah, mine. You said mine. Mine would be Spike, most definitely. I wanted that years ago, but sadly we didn't get it. Um, and that's just the way it goes, pretty much. Um, you can want
But
something, but
de aging, I'm telling you, de aging right now, it could work.
I hope so.
It could work. I
And
definitely think it
ladies
will.
and gentlemen, I've just checked. We are 10 away from 6,000. Just want to put that out there.
Oh, thank you all. And let's give the viewers a little thank you. Thank you for making that happen and getting us up to almost 6,000. We appreciate and love you.
Yes, thank you all so much. Without you all, none of this would be possible. Um, we appreciate you guys more than you know. You all have been absolutely incredible to us, and we thank you. And we're working on something. I'm going to do another giveaway. Here in the next couple months. Well, once we get to 10,000, because 10,000 is when you've made it, so to speak, on Facebook. Everybody talks about getting to 10,000 followers, and that'd be big. Across 3 platforms, we have done that. We are almost, you know, 8,000 followers with everything. And I'm talking TikTok, I'm talking here on Facebook, YouTube. We have a new YouTube page out there. It has 150 subscribers on it. It's growing every day. Um,
Follow.
and yes, and we are on Spotify, and I plan on getting some links done for the show to show it off. But we are on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. So if you miss a show, it'll be on there the next day. I'm a little bit behind because of finals and everything, but it will be on there and we'll be ready to go. But James, it's that moment in time, my friend,
Yeah.
and you know what I am talking about. But first, but first, man, you really don't like me right now. Um. Oh well, hold on. Oh geez.
You're losing me,
Okay.
Alex. You're
Sorry
losing me.
about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, let's go, buddy. I'm in. I'm ready.
Go ahead. It's you.
Oh no,
This is
that's
your
it.
show
That's all the
tonight,
questions.
buddy.
I'm done with all the questions. Let's get into Sarah Michelle Gellar returning to the show. What we think it's going to look like.
Well, I was going to try and get the picture up here. That's what I was trying to do, but it didn't want to work. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is correct. Sarah Michelle Gellar broke the news this week on the Drew Barrymore show, saying that she wants to reprise her role as Buffy in a possible Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. I mean, when I saw this, my first instinct was to call James. And I did. And I said, "You will not believe what I just saw. They are bringing Buffy possibly back." Sarah Michelle Gellar has said that she is ready to return as Buffy after years, and I'm talking years. She has denied wanting involvement in anything Buffy. She gave permission for them to do a reboot of Buffy and hire a new teenage girl to play Buffy. But now she is finally saying that she would possibly like to return as Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Which is awesome, and I hope she's not just talking about making like a guest appearance on a new show. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that she gets a full, brand new Buffy the Vampire Slayer show of her own, and we get all the old crew back.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I'm so ready for it. I'm ready for this to start. I'm ready for it to go. It's been one thing after another. Everybody's been talking about, oh, they're going to do a Buffy thing. They're going to do a Buffy thing. Well, the only Buffy thing I want is with Sarah Michelle Gellar because no one else can play Buffy.
Exactly. Or
Take
should.
that, Christy Swanson.
Or should, honestly. No one else should even try because it's not going to work. You're not going to be Sarah Michelle Gellar, and it's not going to be the same. So you might as well just call it. You shouldn't even reboot Buffy, unless it's Sarah Michelle Gellar. You just go ahead and pick another Slayer. There's countless of them now.
Like, I just don't understand why would you want to reboot something that worked and want to bring in something new for it? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. If you're going to do it right. Do it with Buffy. Don't just wait on it. Do it.
Exactly. Just do it. Just do it with Sarah Michelle Gellar. She's already come out and said she's going to do it. I think they're going to bring Sunnydale back. Rebuild the city. I don't know if the Hellmouth is still going to be there since they kind of blew it up.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice if they just like closed the Hellmouth for a long time and now Sunnydale's reopened back up. Someone's trying to reopen the Hellmouth or something. I don't know. I'm not a writer, but I would love to see that happen. And that's what brings everyone back. You can have Willow over in like Scotland still doing her thing. Xander off doing his thing. Everyone comes back for Sunnydale. Kind of like what they did with the high school, except for the whole city now.
Yes. Absolutely. And that's my thing. I want this. If they're going to do this, I want it to make sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, I really want this to make sense. I don't want just to have Buffy back. That's not what I want. I want it to actually mean something. If you're going to bring back Buffy the Vampire Slayer, bring it back the way it should be. Not some what we had in the 90s, and that was the legit Buffy. I don't want some teeny boppy bullcrap that everyone tries to do nowadays with older shows.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. This is a show based on action, and that's what it's for. And you need to do it that way. If you can't do it on TV, my advice is do it on Paramount Plus, do it on Max. I mean,
Yep.
Warner Brothers was Buffy. Put it on Max. Do it that way.
Yep.
I mean, we don't need a redone version of Buffy. We don't need that. What we need is let us know where she's at 20 plus years later. Let us know what's going on. Is she with Spike? Is she with Angel? Or are they a three like they are in the comics?
Rumple.
And what happens? Yeah, that word, yeah. And let's see what happens. Don't just freaking tell us that, oh, I want to return as Buffy. That sparks rumors.
Yep.
So now we wonder, has she been in talks this whole time? Like the last year?
Probably.
Because she's now being talked about again because of Dexter, which she does an amazing job on, by the way.
I haven't seen it yet. Is it good?
Yes, it is very good. But she's on because of that, and she was on the Drew Barrymore show, like I said. This is how this broke. And once it broke, everywhere was talking about it. Especially the group pages we're on that are Buffy, that are mainly Buffy group pages. I mean, it blew up. Like, that's what everyone's been talking about the last couple of days is Buffy returning. It's all about Buffy. And I want it to return, but at the same time, I want it to make sense. I don't want it to be like these other shows that have came back and tried to revive and they floundered. I don't want that with Buffy. I want it to make sense and to be a damn good show like it was. That's what I want.
We need some good writers. We need the original cast back, and it's got to make sense.
It definitely has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, you don't have a concept. You don't. The concept should be Buffy kicking tail and taking names. That's the way it was before.
Yep.
With a bunch of other stuff rolled in. That's what it needs to be. If not, don't do it.
Yep. Straight up.
Buffy needs to be what it was 20 plus years ago. Yeah, throw in some new stuff. I get that to go with the times. But at the same time, you really don't need to.
Yeah, you don't need to change the formula up too much. Let's bring in, give us what made the show good. Just put it in new time. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, and of course our producer shows up late. Shame on you.
It's okay. We forgive him.
Oh Lord, I think he wants on. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh God. Ladies and gentlemen, our producer.
Ta-da!
There he is.
Oh, look who's finally here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've returned to work. How we doing, guys?
Doing well. Missing you.
Listen,
Doing
I'm
good,
at work
buddy.
right now. I just want to stop by for 1 second with one quick message for Blackburn and Eldridge. Buffy sucks.
Oh dear.
Buffy fucking sucks.
Shame on you.
Hey. Go F yourself.
Classic.
I hate him.
I love him.
That's our
That was
producer,
good.
ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh.
All right. And on that note, I
But
think that pretty much wraps it.
yeah, but like we said, if Sarah Michelle Gellar comes back, make it count. Make it be worth something. Don't just give us Buffy just to have it. Let us have a new type of Buffy that kind of is like the old, mixed in with a little bit of new. Give us what we want. Don't do teeny bop bull crap. Give the fans of Buffy what they want. With that being said, I am Eldridge. He is Blackburn. And we are out. Good night, everybody.
I love you all.
Yeah, well, sometimes. But like we said, we are out. Thank you all for watching this episode today. Brought to you by W Energy. Use code #nostalgia show to get 10% off your next order, and Pizza Station and the Greenham Company. Ladies and gentlemen, like we said, we are out of here. Goodbye.